Hi crafters, it's Hand Stamped by Cheryl, and I just wanted to share a quick hack with you today. I did a YouTube video a couple days ago about my tips and tricks for cleaning your Stampin' Scrub, and now today I want to do a video on how to clean your blocks. So you probably have a bunch of blocks that you can put on your photopolymer stamps or your cling stamps, and inevitably they get very inky. So I want to show you what I like to use to clean my blocks. And I usually do this like once a month, like after my classes are over, or if you're really messy, I guess more than that. But anyhow, sometimes we press a little bit too hard in the ink pad, and so this might happen where you get some ink on it. So the number one tool that I use, baby wipes. So you probably guessed this, right? Because these are sort of essential for a crafter. It's funny because when I think I use these more now that my kids are like in high school and middle school than I did back when they were babies. But anyhow, so I just like use a baby wipe and wipe them off, and they're usually great. The only problem is you can't set this down somewhere on your work surface accidentally on paper, because it will like warp and ruin the paper. All right, so that's one technique. Sometimes you're using Memento ink, and this is fade resistant dye ink, whereas our Stampin' pads are water based dye ink. So this is just a different kind of ink, and so sometimes you might need to give it a little bit more of a clean. And so I will recommend Blue Dawn. And if I have a lot of blocks, so sometimes to clean them, I just throw these like in a sink or a tub in the sink, and then I dump in some Blue Dawn and I try and clean them that way. You can also throw your blocks in the dishwasher, so that's another great way to clean them. And then lastly is if you're ever using StazOn. So StazOn is a permanent ink that's meant to be used on surfaces like plastic, metal, glass, ceramic, leather, things like that. The whole point here is stays on, stays on. And that applies to your blocks as well. So you can see here, the stays on is there. And if I just go like this, it's not coming off. And if I use baby wipes, it's also not coming off. So how do I best clean these? And the answer to that is the Magic Eraser. Now, Magic Eraser comes in big fat ones like this, but they've also recently been coming in like a smaller, thinner, like more like a cloth version, and I ran out of those. But Magic Eraser is going to be your ticket to getting StazOn off your blocks. It's like magic. I mean, hence the name Magic Eraser. So make sure you try that trick. That also applies for if you ever have any like gunky adhesive on your block. So occasionally I use the old Stampin' Up! Stamps. Do you remember where we used to have to put adhesive on our block and then stick them on before we ink them up? Well, I still have some where this gunk is left on my block. So you can use the Magic Eraser, I think, for that as well. Don't get it too wet because I'm dripping all over the floor, but I love this thing. So I don't do much cleaning, if you know me at all. I love to organize, but I hate to clean. So you won't see me using Magic Erasers for much, but I definitely think they're amazing on your blocks. So anyhow, just thought I'd give you my quick hacks on how to clean your blocks. Have a great night. Happy crafting.